All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We are going to watch one of my favorite jokes of all time and also one of the best callbacks probably ever. And it's Dave Chappelle in the Equinium. It's Dave Chappelle special, if I remember correctly. That's how you say it. And it's just an incredible joke. So let's just jump right into it.
I don't want to sound like a braggart saying this, but the real reason I want to stop is because I'm too goddamn good at it. I'm not even exaggerating. It's not exciting. Every night before I come out on stage, I'll be backstage like, I'm sure this is gonna go well.
Look at that. Just gets you right away. I'm sure this is going to go well. And a lot of the times with Dave, it's just his delivery is just unbelievable. It's on another level. This is, like I said, this is one of the setups to my favorite joke. So we're getting it really right into it. We're about to probably get into it right here.
And it always does. I'm so good at writing jokes, and this is not even an exaggeration. I actually write jokes backwards. I will write a punchline with no particular setup in mind. I just put it on a scrap of paper, and I'll throw that scrap of paper in my fishbowl. I have a fishbowl in my house filled with random punchlines. And every once in a while, I'll shake the bowl, and I'll dig in there and just pull one out and see if I can make that shit work. And I picked one for this special. It's not an easy punchline to pull off. Are you ready? Yeah. Here it goes. The punchline is, so I kicked her in the pussy.
The punchline in itself was just hilarious. The way he built that up, I put it in the fishbowl. I pulled out a punchline. I kicked her in the pussy. Like, it's just hilarious how he set that up. And if you go back even a little further, he's talking about how he's just too good at comedy, which he is, and he's about to prove to you how good he is. All right, watch this. It's incredible what he does. This has never been done. Callback. This is a callback that's going to happen. Callbacks are basically something that you say at the beginning and then you say it at the end. Watch how he masterfully does this.
I haven't finished the joke yet. I just know whatever happens in the beginning of the joke, at the end of the joke, for some reason, I'm gonna kick somebody in the pussy. And it's going to be hilarious.
Just like that. He just explained to you what a callback is, and it's gonna be hilarious. Like, he's ungodly, this guy.
You know what's weird? I've always remember a time when I wasn't. You know, when I was growing up, I was probably about 8 years old, and at the time, we were living in Silver Spring. Yeah. Yes. Common misconception about me in D.C. A lot of people think I'm from the hood. That's not true. But I never bothered to correct anybody because I wanted the streets to embrace me. As a matter of fact, I kept it up as a ruse. Like, sometimes I'll hang out with rappers like Nas and them, and these motherfuckers will start talking about the projects. Yo, it was wild in the PJs, yo. And I'll be like, word, nigga, word. But I don't know. I have no idea. My parents did just well enough so that I could grow up poor around white people.
Nailed it. That joke hits me too, that my parents did just good enough I can be poor around white people. And that's kind of what happened with me. This joke kind of like, it really does resonate with me because you'll see in this next part, and I'll explain to you why.
And to be honest, when Nas and them talk about the projects, nigga, I used to get jealous because it sounded fun. Everybody in the projects was poor, and that's fair. But if you were poor in Silver Spring, nigga, it felt like it was only happening to you. I know the pain of that first sleepover at a white friend's house. And you come back home on Sunday and just look at your parents like, y'all need to step your game up. Everything at Timmy's house works.
That's how it was for me, man. I remember when I slept over at my friend's house for the first time, a white kid. His family was extremely well off, but his father and my stepdad, they all worked together, and I just remember going to his house. I'm like, dude, this is incredible. Like, I had grilled cheese sandwiches with potato chips, tomato soup, whatever I wanted was ready to go. Sodas, anything. Like, they had every video game console. And I'm like, dang, dude, this is a crazy life they live. And I never experienced anything like that. I loved going to their house. So, like, this is really resonating with me.
Remember the first time you saw that? In a cold winter, and you'd be at a white friend's house and see the motherfuckers in their living room without their coats on? Timmy was one of my first white friends, like, in my life, man. He's a good dude, too. He moved to Silver Spring from Utah, of all places. I guess his family was affiliated with that Mormon church they got down there, and me and him used to hang out. And one day I was at his house, we were just hanging out, and Timmy says, Dave, why don't you stay for dinner tonight? I said, oh, man, I'd love to, but I can't. If I'm not home before dark, my mother will kill me. That was a lie. My mother had several jobs. I hadn't seen her in like 3 or 4 days.
My mom was the same way. She worked like crazy, crazy hours, man, like absolutely absurd. But what you're seeing is the greatness of Dave right now. You're seeing how he wraps a story in and how he can really resonate you and pull at your heartstrings. Because a lot of the stories he's going to talk about, somebody's going to resonate with them. Something happened like this in probably their life, where maybe they were somewhere inside super cold with their jackets on, or their moms were working like my mom 4 jobs a day, you know what I mean? Or they had 4 different jobs. So like, this is just one of those stories that hits so good for me and just anybody else who's been through these tough times. And then you get to go over like a rich person's house and you're like, oh my God, I'm living the life. So let's jump right back into it. I just wish I will one day be able to tell stories like this. I just wish I could now, but I just got to be patient. You know what I mean?
At that point in my life, it was my experience that white dinner wasn't delicious. I'd rather go home and fry some bologna or some shit like that. But then old Timmy threw me a curveball I wasn't expecting. He said, it's too bad you can't stay, Dave, because Mom made stovetop stuffing. I said, what the fuck, stovetop? Well, hold on, nigga, let me make some phone calls real quick. I had seen that commercial so many times, I had dreamt of getting my hands on some of that stovetop stuffing. And finally, I met a motherfucker that actually had a box of stovetop in the house. I couldn't miss this opportunity, so I pretended to call my mother. And then I came back and I said, Timmy, you're not gonna believe this great news. Mom said I can stay. And he said, fantastic. He said, why don't you come with me and we'll help set the table and then we can say the blessing. I had no interest in setting this motherfucker's table or saying these crazy ass Mormon prayers. I just wanted that goddamn stuffing. My hands first. My plan was simple. Wash my hands slowly, and by the time I'm done, the table will be set, the blessing will be said, and all that there will be left to do is eat.
He's amazing. Like, just watch what he's doing, like how he's wrapping you in, the detail in the story. You know every little thing, washing his hands, how he's going to take his time, what his whole entire plan is, and how he's going to do it. It's his levels of comedy. It's like Richard Pryor, Patrice O'Neal, just all the greats just wrapped into one. You know what I mean? Because he can go political, he can go this, he can go that, he can go back to his childhood, he can go, talk about what's going on now in his life, what's going on currently in politics or in pop culture. Like, the guy is Thanos, man. He's Thanos. He's got all the power. He's got all the 5. He got 5 Infinity Rings. He got the stones or whatever. Like, he's got it all, man. He's just unreal.
Went to the bathroom. I washed my hands very slowly. I must have been in there for about 10 minutes. And suddenly, one of his mothers came to the door.
And suddenly one of his mothers came to the door. So basically, it's a white dude who's like a Mormon, most likely, right? Because, mothers, multiple moms.
She was like, "Hi, David, right?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Timmy tells me that you're planning on staying for dinner." I said, "I hope that's not a problem, ma'am." She says, "No, it's no problem. In fact, we'd love to have you. It's just that we weren't expecting company. And I'm afraid there's not enough stovetop stuffing for everybody." So I kicked her in the pussy. Bam! Ladies and gentlemen, I told you I'm dope, nigga. I told you what I was gonna say, and you still didn't see it coming. And that's why I make the big bucks.
And that's how Dave Chappelle, one of the greats, if not the greatest comedian of all time, does a callback that no one's ever done a callback in this style before, where he tells you the joke that he tells you the punchline he's going to use in the fishbowl. He puts these things in the fishbowl. I'm going to try to figure out how to use this punchline. And then he takes it out. Here's the major punchline. All right, I got to create a story around that. And then imagine him just working that story. And he gets it to a point where it's so good. When he hits the callback, I kicked her in the pussy part, he nails it. Boom. You don't even see it coming. You have no idea it's happening. You have no idea what's going on. You're just sitting there on the ride, enjoying the moments here with Dave. He's on another level, man. It's incredible to watch, and that's why I love making these videos. He makes it so easy to make videos, and love making these videos because of that. Like, all the comics I watch are honestly like that, but him especially, it's like, it's insane what he can do. And when I'm watching these videos, I'm wrapped in the story, in the comedy, in the act of Dave Chappelle's comedy specials. Every single one of them. I love them all. They're all incredible. I don't care what anyone says. This guy is unreal. And to hit you with that, boom, that callback, that's crazy. But either way, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, share this with your friends, and we're going to keep it moving, man. We're starting to get some followers, almost a 10K. Not really, but still, keep going, keep sharing, keep subscribing, man. We're going to get there, keep grinding, and we're going to get to the top. Love y'all. Have a good one. Bye.